And good evening, everybody. Welcome here as we get ready for chase race number 8 of our third season of the NCAA Hersheys Cup Series. This is the second round of our round 3, as next week we will head to our final elimination race, Talladega Superspeedway. This race sets the stage for that, which will then deliver us our final 4 that will battle for the championship at the season finale at Auto Club. Last night in our Almond Joy Series race, we ran the entire event completely clean and green. There was a lot of passing for the lead. There was actually almost like a photo finish as well. 5/100ths of a second separation. Zach Rogers taking the win over Seth Cole. Could we see something like that here tonight? And in that case, with it potentially having a possible clean and green all the way, could this race come down to strategy and green flag pit stops? We will find out here this evening. 8 drivers still coming into this race with their championship hopes still intact. They are our Elite 8. However, 2 drivers come into this race a little bit worryless than the other 6. Those 2 drivers are J Baskinger, who comes in as the points leader, and K Mathews, who comes in second. The reasoning? Because those 2 have a total of 25 and 20 points respectively between themselves and third in the point standings. From third on down through 8 is going to be the most critical portion of this chase field for who's going to be moving on to the final 4 and who's going to be eliminated in this third round. Trent Dunham, he is third in the point standings. Fourth in points is K Tellier. J Richardson 5th. M Haas is in 6th. D Poteet is 7th. And Cole Baker in 8th. Those 6 drivers are only separated by 10 points in the standings. It is going to be really close here tonight. Track position is going to be everything. Let's go down and get the command to fire up those engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
41 laps of racing. They didn't have to pit in the Almond Joy Series race, but we only ran 27 laps there. We add another 14 laps onto tonight's race, and so therefore, like I said, they might be able to make it the full 41 laps on one tank of fuel. Then again, they might not. Z Flickinger starts on the pole for this race. Flickinger still looking for his first win of the season. Flickinger has managed to win a race in Season 1 and win a race in Season 2. He's still looking for his first win here of Season 3. Maybe starting on the pole, getting that valuable track position could be the key to him picking up the victory. Alongside of him, C Llamas, already eliminated from the championship hunt after getting eliminated at our second elimination race of Zenjoltis. So C Llamas is just out there trying to pick up as many wins as he can before the season ends, looking for win number 2 here tonight. N Hudson picked up his very first career win last season at Lime Rock. Hasn't been to victory lane since then. He lines up in third. And J Sandfer was a 3-time winner last season. He's still looking for his first win of the season here in Season 3. C Dodd, he's going to be heading into the Auto Club Speedway race, the finale, not able to defend his championship. Tonight, still looking for his first win of the season as well. The highest starting chase driver in this field is the guy who comes in as the points leader. That is J Baskinger, rolling off from the 10th position. We'll keep tabs on all 8 of our chase drivers tonight. As the green flag is out, we're underway at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Whoa, J Sandfer back there making a move 3 wide with C Llamas. Looked like for a moment he almost second-guessed himself on whether he could make that move or not. They're going to go 3 wide. That is for around the 4th position. J Srigley, 2-time winner, going to go 3 wide with them, as N Hudson going to bypass Z Flickinger, and it looks like Hudson may lead the first lap just barely over C Dodd, who now, well, I thought he was going to drive to the inside into 1. Instead, he does not. Manuel Hartnett, former chaser this season, got eliminated back, I think it was in the second round. He's up here trying to pick up his second win of the season. And there is J Richardson, who now becomes the highest running of the chase drivers. It's time by, I think he's going to be scored somewhere around the 7th position. Richardson comes into this race 5th in the standings, 28 points out of the points lead. Oh boy, this is really, really sketchy. Oh boy, Hartnett side to side, almost got into his own teammate J Srigley there for a moment. And They are going to go 4 wide. Settled it back out to 3 wide. That was really close. Some other chasers back there. You can see the 35 of K Tellier, the 31 of D Poteet. There's the yellow 1 of Trent Dunham, along with our points leader coming this race, J Baskinger. All trying to get themselves to the front and away from this mayhem. Right now, Nathan Hudson, mission accomplished as far as that's concerned. He's out in front, and they're racing 3 wide, several rows deep behind him. It's almost like watching a super speedway race right now. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. And we're going to see plenty of that next week, too, as we're going to be heading to the high banks of Talladega Super Speedway, which could be the big kahuna in this round, as determining who's going to be the final 4 battling for the championship at Auto Club. Got Emmanuel Hartnett there up the middle line, trying to get by J Arndt on the inside and Z Flickinger on the outside. K Tellier right there, D Poteet, Trent Dunham, J Baskinger. They've all kind of formulated a line on the inside line. 4 chasers, 1 common goal, get to the front. Nathan Hudson right now enjoying the view, but now all of a sudden, James Richardson, that FedEx Toyota, has started to reel him in, and we may have our first chaser of the evening lead a lap here at Homestead-Miami. Laps led are valuable bonus points. We saw that in last night's Almond Joy Series race, where a driver who came into last night's event, 3rd in the point standings, left as the points leader. Why? 1 valuable bonus point for leading a lap. Otherwise, it would have been a tie between that driver and the driver that headed into that race as the points leader. James Richardson does have now a valuable bonus point in the bank here tonight at Homestead. Out in front now is the FedEx Toyota Camry. We've already documented a number of drivers up here at the front, like K Tellier, Poteet, Dunham, Baskinger, and our current leader, James Richardson. But how about some of the other drivers? How about Cole Baker? There's the 18. He's starting to make some forward progress there. There he is, that white, light green Ford, just behind Joshua Michaels, the No Man's Sky Ford out of Seth Cole Baker Motorsports. One driver that is missing, however, is Kyle Mathews. Comes into this race 2nd in the point standings, and there he is. The Kings Island Chevrolet not making a whole lot of forward progress right now, kind of running at the back. Last time by, he was scored in the 23rd position. I think he's back further than that. Now, caution! Oh, we got a wreck! That's James Qualls, I think. Or no, that's Joshua Osborne, rather, in the wall. One of those cars, the Joanna Outwits Motorsports cars. William Duncan also involved. And it looks like Levi McIntyre was collected. Dallas McIntosh might have been in it as well. And this is a very interesting caution as Joseph Srigley, they're racing back to the yellow flag, and Joseph Srigley's taking the lead from Richardson. So he'll lead us under this yellow flag. Now this is very interesting because remember we mentioned that there could be green flag pit stops. Well, now with a caution flag coming out, these drivers might be able to pit under this yellow and go the rest of the way. Oh my goodness, they're 4 wide back there. D Poteet nearly just got turned off the nose of J Arndt. Looks like we're settling everything out okay, but that was a little hairy there for a moment. It's like a 3-car incident at the most. Osborne, Duncan, and Levi McIntyre, the 3 basically involved. And now it looks like, looks like we're going to have pit stops. So this could be the money stop. This could be the only stop these drivers have to make here tonight. And Joseph Srigley, 2-time winner of the season, won in back-to-back races, going to lead them down. Won at Lime Rock and Zen Joltis 3 and 2 weeks ago. I don't see anybody rolling the dice to stay out. And we saw pit road play a factor into last week's race. A couple of drivers ended up getting damage on pit road. One of them was actually D Poteet last week at Michigan. Hopefully that's not going to be the case in this race. Poteet's completed his stop. And it doesn't look like Srigley's going to get out the leader. It's going to be a drag race between Poteet and Trent Dunham. And I think Dunham just barely got it. Holy cow, Trent Dunham and D Poteet drag racing off pit road. Now, a big reason why they'd be doing that is because one or the other was going to be ended up leading some laps here under caution if they got out as the race leader. Trent Dunham just barely besting Dylan Poteet. So Trent Dunham will get himself a valuable bonus point for leading here under caution. But for now, we're going to look back at a replay of what brought out this first yellow flag. Well, here's what happened, and you can see right there, I think something was wrong on the 99. Levi McIntyre kind of turned up the racetrack like he was trying to get out of the way, and Osborne turns down across the nose of William Duncan. We'll look at it one more time, but I think McIntyre had some kind of problem. I mean, watch this. Watch McIntyre's entry into the corner. McIntyre is on the high line. Now watch right here. He kind of almost drives it straight into the corner. Oh, the car stopped. Oh, he lost power. And Osborne ran into the back of him. And that's when then he got hit by William Duncan, turned by William Duncan. So some kind of mechanical issue there, it appears, for Levi McIntyre. And it just stacked everyone up behind him, and there was just no reaction time for Osborne or Duncan. Dallas McIntosh in the 16 might have gotten some damage as well, kind of got collected up in that. And that's why Levi McIntyre wasn't even able to drive away from the incident, why he had to get teleported back. Boy, so if there's mechanical issues going on here, gotta wonder if that's in the mind of everybody on the racetrack, including our 8 chase drivers. But that's what put us under caution. Let's go back now for the restart. We will go back green after cleanup has finished after our first caution of the day. It'll be on lap 14 when the green flag will come back out. Trent Dunham, the second chase driver to lead a lap here tonight, so he gets himself a valuable bonus point. That drag race with Dylan Poteet paying dividends, and Poteet will have to restart in second. Joshua Michaels is third. Fourth place is going to be J Llamas. J Srigley, who came into pit road as the leader, comes out in fifth. Cole Baker, Carson Scott, James Richardson, Joshua Ciculli, and J Arndt. That is your top 10. 4 chasers will start inside the top 10 for this restart. Dunham, Poteet, Baker, and Richardson. Levi McIntyre, whatever was wrong with the car, they got it fixed. He's back onto the racetrack. However, he is off the lead lap now. He is a total of 1 lap down. Duncan, McIntosh, and Osborne all got their cars repaired. They're back on track, so all 42 cars still running. 41 in the lead lap, and the green flag is back out here at Homestead. Trent Dunham going to make quick work of Levi McIntyre, clearing the lap machine. McIntyre appearing to be up to speed somewhat, maybe a little off the pace. And now they're going to start fanning out on the back straightaways. They're all going to try and pick their lanes to get by that 99. Trent Dunham leading the way. I don't know how many laps James Richardson led under that last run. There's a car coming to pit road. I think that's the 44 of Gallighan. Sean Gallighan, who last week at Michigan didn't even get to take the green flag, and it looks like some more issues this week for the 44 car out of Seth Cole Baker Motorsports. Speaking of Seth Cole Baker Motorsports, though, Cole Baker up now in the second spot. James Richardson trying to take that position away. Everybody's now starting to make their way by Levi McIntyre pretty well. And the field is broken up into 2 packs now. I wonder if that was because of Gallighan having to come to pit road. You got this first pack led by Trent Dunham and tailed off by J Baskinger, Dylan Young, Henley, Jones, and Norman. And then you got this second pack back here. And a couple of notables in this second pack include rookie Matt Haas and Kyle Mathews. That's a couple of chasers that are back in this group. And that's not where they want to be right at the moment. I mean, Kyle Mathews can kind of afford a race like this. However, not sure you really want to rely on Talladega Superspeedway as the track to get you into the Final Four. Matt Haas, on the other hand, he could not afford a race like this. And that's what he's got right now, as last time by, that 78 car was scored in the 25th position. You can see if, yeah, Gallighan's returned back to the track. Not certain what was wrong with the Rocket League Ford, but his teammate Cole Baker just led that lap. So Cole Baker, the third chaser to lead a lap tonight. Whoa, goodness. Oh, they're bouncing off each other. Yikes. Manuel Hartnett nearly turned Carson Scott and then nearly got door banged up into the field by Brandon Gonzales as it's side by side between a couple of chasers. Baker and Dunham both had rather dismal finishes last week at Michigan, trying to counter it with a win tonight. Both looking for their second wins of the season. Brandon Gonzales, he was a chaser last season, not this season, but he still wants to pick up a win. I believe Brandon Gonzales' last win was at Texas Motor Speedway back in season 2. Cole Baker's only win this season came at Talladega Super Speedway, the track we're going to next week. And also keep in mind, I failed to remember this, however, if a chaser wins tonight, they're automatically locked into the Final Four, regardless of what happens next week at Talladega. So that's probably why you're seeing Richardson, Poteet, Baker, Dunham, all these chasers trying to scramble to get up here to the front, to the race lead. And right now, Cole Baker, I'll bet he wished he would be coming around right now to get the checkered flag, but just now we are going to see the crossed flags as we are halfway through tonight's event. Still a long ways to go, and a lot can happen in that time, including the possibility of can these drivers make it the entire rest of the way on fuel after coming to pit road back on lap 11. Can they make it 30 laps on fuel? Could they have saved enough under pacing? Emmanuel Hartnett, our winner from Eldora, now all over the back bumper of Cole Baker, trying to take the race lead. You got Nathan Hudson back there, Joseph Srigley, two-time winners there. And how about K Tellier there in the 35 all of a sudden up here in the mix? That representation out of KAB Racing Enterprises. Now Emmanuel Hartnett goes for the race lead into 3. So Cole Baker's time at the front, short-lived. Hartnett now to the point. Let's take a moment when they cross the line to tell you where all your chase drivers currently are running of your Elite 8. Cole Baker, the highest running in 3rd. K Tellier's up to 5th. J Richardson back to 11th place. Trent Dunham also dropped back. He's now in 17th. Dylan Poteet all the way back in 23rd. He's actually the last car in this lead pack. Matt Haas has lost that lead pack. He's back in the second pack, scored 26th. And Kyle Mathews is currently scored in the 30th position. That's where your 8 chase drivers are currently running. We have 40 of our original 42 cars still on the lead lap. All 42 cars are still running. As Emmanuel Hartnett now about to lose the race lead. Nathan Hudson trying to take it back. And I'm trying to see if there is any closing up of the gap between this lead pack and that second group containing Matt Haas and Kyle Mathews. It looks like little by little, each time they hit the front straightaway, that second pack is making a slight bit of progress, but not much. They are racing hard up here, though. It's going to be kind of interesting, too. I just noticed the 11 of Richardson, the 18 of Baker. They were 4 wide for a minute. And, of course, last week at Michigan, Cole Baker and J Richardson getting into each other not once but twice, bringing out a caution flag, and that ended up sending Cole Baker behind the wall. Gotta wonder if anything from Michigan gonna come back here and rear its ugly head at Homestead. They're gonna go 4 wide back there again. That's Cole Baker still in that situation. Joseph Srigley on the extreme high line. Someone blew up! Someone's blown up back there right in the middle of the pack. That was Chloe Ericson, the rookie in the 26. Chloe Ericson has blown up. She was scored 12th last time by. And I don't know if that car coming to a stop is going to bring out a yellow flag or not. She's down on the apron. And caution is out. Caution is out. The yellow flag is out, I believe, for Chloe Ericson. Oh boy. Second car to have some mechanical issues tonight, and the yellow flag is going to come out due to the fluid that may have been laid down on the track by the exploded motor of the rookie out of Anime Racing Team. And now the question is, are these drivers going to stay out, try and save fuel, or are they going to come to pit road for what will potentially be the only stop they'd have to make up to the checkered flag? Do they have enough fuel to make it? Who's going to come to pit road? Who is not? Doesn't look like Hudson's coming to pit road. And it doesn't look like anybody inside the top 5 is going to be coming to pit lane. Is anyone going to roll the dice? Maybe someone back here. Maybe Matt Haas. Maybe Kyle Mathews. I mean, they've been back in the pack. Why not get yourself some fresh rubber? Try and fight your way up to the front of the field. Nope. Nobody's coming to pit road. And pit road was open that time. So, since nobody's going to come to pit lane, let's take a quick look and see what happened here with Chloe Ericson. Well, I don't know what caused this. I don't know what's causing these mechanical problems, but just crossing the start-finish line, Chloe Ericson with Jessica Shelton right behind her, and there you see the engine just let go. Fortunately, Chloe Ericson, the wherewithal to get down to the inside line, down onto the apron, and everybody able to get by safely. We could have very easily had a wreck right there, and chaser Dylan Poteet was right around in that vicinity. So that's what brought out the caution. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Chevrolet, a tough break for Chloe Ericson, who's had a very impressive first few races since making her debut here in the Hersheys Cup Series, but tonight, mechanical failure going to take her out of this event at Homestead. We will restart this race with 10 laps to go. It'll be a 10-lap dash to the finish. Well, 41 of our original 42 cars will be taking this green flag for the restart. Only 39 of them on the lead lap. Levi McIntyre, Sean Gallighan both had to come to pit road. They are both a lap down. And Chloe Ericson, who brought out this latest caution out of the race. It's a valve problem. Apparently the diagnosis of what went wrong under the hood of that Chevrolet. So, as we get ready to restart, your top 10. Nathan Hudson's the leader. Highest running chaser is J Richardson in second. Another chaser in K Tellier runs third. Then it's Benjamin Miles in fourth. Fifth is Emmanuel Hartnett. Trent Dunham, another chaser in sixth. Another chaser in J Baskinger in seventh. So 4 chasers restarting inside the top 10. 8th, 9th, and 10th are Joshua Ciculli, Carson Scott, and Brandon Gonzales. For the rest of our other 4 chasers, it's going to be Cole Baker restarting in 14th place, Dylan Poteet back in 20th, Matt Haas in 24th, and Kyle Mathews in 30th. Green flag's out, 10 laps to go here at Homestead. James Richardson thought about going for the lead there into 1, just couldn't get enough momentum to make the move on Nathan Hudson, who hold off the FedEx Chevrolet, or the FedEx Toyota at least, for the moment. And here comes Benjamin Miles. Miles looking for second place. Big run down the back straightaway, and he's going to stick Richardson on the outside. Miles now moves into second. Help from Emmanuel Hartnett, and now Hartnett has thoughts about second place. It looks like Miles might have thoughts about the lead. Oh, he may still. He crosses over across the nose of Hartnett, keeps the second spot, and now looks to the inside on Nathan Hudson going down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, that caution flag was a godsend for 2 drivers. Kyle Mathews and Matt Haas, who are now back up in this lead pack. We'll have to see if they can make any forward progress with that gift caution that they got. Are they going to go 3 wide for the lead into turn 1? You bet they are. Hartnett to the bottom. Miles in the middle. Look at Dunham as well. Up the middle with Miles. Hudson there on the high side. Racing tooth and nail for the lead here at Homestead, and Trent Dunham is in this mix along with Richardson. Here's Baskinger in the mix. Baskinger, with the rare he's running right now, he probably could head into Talladega worry-free, but he still wants to pick up the win here tonight. K Tellier still in this mix as well. Cole Baker not too far back, looking to find Poteet and Haas and Mathews, as Hartnett now trying to take the race lead away from Benjamin Miles. There's Hartnett. Or not Hartnett, Matt Haas rather. There's Poteet. I don't see the blue car of Mathews up making a forward progress to the front though. Oh, Baskinger close to that left rear of Carson Scott as Emmanuel Hartnett will clear Benjamin Miles for the race lead. Look at Baskinger down there on that inside 3 wide with Carson Scott and Trent Dunham. Here comes Joshua Ciculli. Look at the run he got out of turn number 2. He might be able to make a move for the lead down here into 3. Here he comes. 2-time winner last season. Still looking for his first win of this season. And Trent Dunham's going to go to the inside with him. Hartnett gets moved up 3 wide by Benjamin Miles. Who's going to lead this lap? It might be Ciculli. Scoring monitor says the 73, 4 wide for the lead. Dunham going to stick it 4 wide, and they now settle it back out to 3 wide. Trent Dunham in a go for broke situation. Throwing it all on the line, trying to take the race lead. He'll try it again, 3 wide into 3. Baskinger right there with him as well. If you're Baskinger, you can probably afford a risky maneuver like this. I'm not so certain about Trent Dunham. If he wrecks trying to do this, he may have to have a must-win situation going into Dega. Here's Baskinger. Baskinger, Matt McIntyre. Where the heck that go-or-go-home non-charter car come from? They're 25 of Matt McIntyre. Now up here, battling for the race lead. And he's got the race lead. The non-chartered cars have been unbelievable this season. And now, Matt McIntyre, with 3 laps to go, is showing the way. Last week in Michigan, we had another go-or-go-home non-chartered car go to victory lane in Lyndon Wright. Could we have another one here tonight in the form of Matt McIntyre? Baskinger in 2nd. Michaels is in 3rd. Do they have time to reel in McIntyre? 2 laps to go. Baskinger and Michaels are hoping there's not going to be a caution. That would end this race under yellow for sure. Do they have enough time to reel in the Mac Tools Chevrolet out of Anime Racing Team? Look at how the chasers have all of a sudden seemed to fall back. The only one up here is Baskinger in 2nd place. Through turns 3 and 4, the white flag gonna be displayed. We've seen so many non-chartered go-or-go-home drivers win races this season, as some drivers just hit pit road, Young Motorsports drivers and Dylan Young and JT Bryant. But we've seen Kev Shearer, we've seen Lyndon Wright, we've seen John Bunnell, we've seen Maurice Studemeyer. There's some other ones I'm not even remembering. Joshua Osborne. We've seen them all go to victory lane here this season as non-chartered go-or-go-home drivers, and tonight add Matt McIntyre to the list as he takes the checkered flag here tonight at Homestead-Miami. I mean, where in the world did he even come from is the first question, and the second question is, what is it with these drivers that get in on go-or-go-home non-charter qualifying speeds picking up these wins? I believe, I gotta check real quick, but I believe that is the 6th win of the season for a go-or-go-home driver. Joshua Osborne, John Bunnell, Lyndon Wright last week, Maurice Studemeyer, and Kev Shearer have all gone to victory lane. Matt McIntyre becomes the 6th driver without a charter to win this season. That's 6 drivers in a total of 34 races. Those are amazing odds. And some drivers couldn't make it that entire way on fuel and had to come to pit road, and they were actually all Fords. Dylan Young, along with his teammate JT Bryant and the Ford of Keith Batson, all had to pit coming to the white flag. But Matt McIntyre, how about that? He picks up the victory here tonight. Jake Baskinger came into this race the points leader, finishes 2nd. I can't say for certainty, but I almost think Jake Baskinger is going to get into the Final 4 on points, regardless of what happens next week at Talladega. I think Baskinger's runner-up finish tonight has just solidified himself a chance to get into the championship picture. Joshua Michaels gets 3rd, Cody Lamas in 4th, Joseph Srigley 5th, Jessica Shelton in 6th, Michael Norman 7th. How about rookie Matt Haas, 8th place here tonight for him, a guy who came in 6th in the point standings. This could put him in a good position heading into Dega. Lee and Alvarise and Chris Dollerton, they'll complete your top 10. Rest of your chasers, where do they finish? Only 2 chasers finished in the top 10, being Baskinger and Haas. Dylan Poteet managed to finish in 11th. K Tellier was 16th place. J Richardson fell back to 19th. Cole Baker and Trent Dunham, we saw them up near the front in this race quite a bit. They're going to finish the day out in 25th and 26th, and K Mathews will finish in the 27th position. Tell you what, way things are looking, it could be very close from 2nd place down through 8th heading into next week. I think right now we can say J Baskinger may be locked into the final 4, but I don't know who may fill in those final 3 spots. There you see, total of 36 drivers finishing on the lead lap. We had a total of 2 cautions, and only 1 driver finished out of the race, Chloe Erickson, due to a mechanical issue, bringing out caution number 2. So that's going to do it. M McIntire becomes the 6th different non-charter driver to go to victory lane here this season, and that makes it back-to-back weeks for non-charter drivers picking up wins. Lyndon Wright did it last week. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We'll be showing you full finish results next week. It's our final elimination round. We will whittle it down from our Elite 8 to our final 4 to battle at Auto Club for the championship. We also got the Almond Joy Series penultimate race from Talladega Superspeedway next weekend as well. Hope you'll tune in for that. That'll set the stage for that championship as well at their season finale at Auto Club Speedway. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week as the chase for both series continues on here on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.